On February 28th, 2024, I will be seeing Fall Out Boy in concert. If you're watching this now, this means that I succeeded in both attending the concert and finishing this video. Back in like August or September or whenever the pre-sale code went out, I got tickets to Fall Out Boy. Except there was one problem. I don't know all of the words to all of their songs. Now, I don't think that knowing an artist's entire discography by memory should be a prerequisite for enjoying a band or attending a concert, but personally, I just like to know someone's music. It makes the concert more enjoyable for me. I like to be able to sing along. It makes me more excited. But the issue for me was that I just can't tell what Patrick Stump is saying 75% of the time. Like, do I know all the words to my favorite songs? Yes. But it is way too often that I look up a Fall Out Boy lyric thinking that they say one thing, and then I find out I am completely wrong. There's a combination of me being too stubborn to look up lyrics and also forgetting that I wanted to look up lyrics. I do most of my music listening in the car, and so when something comes up that I'm like, ooh, I should look that up, by the time I'm out of the car, I have completely forgotten I was going to do that. But seemingly, I just can't learn their lyrics by just listening to them. The emo accent is too strong. So I've taken it upon myself to try and just be better. I decided to take one of the Fall Out Boy songs that I definitely mumble along with and take a month, learn it, study it, so I can go to the concert and succeed. Within a month, I want this song memorized enough so I can sing along with Patrick Stump. And this seems pretty attainable. It's like 30 days, it's only one song, and I'm choosing one that I know the melody of. So what song are we choosing today? Dance Dance. I know that this is one of Fall Out Boy's most well-known songs, and that it might be kind of criminal as a fan to not know the words. But it's never been one of my favorites, and part of that could be that I can't tell what he's saying. Like, I can tell that he says dance, dance, falling apart to halftime. I know that one for sure. But some of the lines of the song, I cannot tell. I can't tell. I don't know. I don't know. I've never looked up the lyrics, so I don't really know what the song's about. However, by February 28th, I will be intimately familiar with it, if it's the last thing I do. But first, we need to kind of set the baseline. Let's see how many of the lyrics of Dance Dance I know without looking at the lyrics.
She says she's no good with words, but I'm worse. And I started to head into the road, stuck to my tongue. You're from the over dramatic, but the night just can't get much worse. I'm too cold and I can't forget them. The words I write, so you write them, so you read them just to get by. Dance, dance, we're falling apart to halftime. Dance, dance, these are the lives you let live. Dance, these are the way misery loves me. You always fold just before we found out. Last call, last resort. I'm too cold in a hotel, and I don't want to forget how it was. The lines are alright, so you write them, so you read them just to get by. Why don't you show me little bit of spark? You were saving for the mattress. Whoa.
Well, I tried. We now established that I'm not completely unfamiliar with the song, but I clearly don't know what they're saying. I think I got most of the melody correct. I just was kind of saying gibberish. When I was writing the transcript of what I was saying, it includes ah ho ho ah ah ha ha. So let's take a look at the lyrics and break them down, because I think that knowing the song would help me remember it more. First impressions, this song is about an awkward, intense, young crush. She says she's no good with words, but I'm worse. So our protagonist establishes right out of the gate that he has a crush on a girl. And we can see that she's nervous, hence her saying she's no good with words. But the protagonist feels like he has no idea what to say. I assume they're on a first date, possibly to a dance. Barely stuttered out a joke of a romantic stuck to my tongue. He trips over his words as he tries to be funny and romantic and charm this crush of his. Weighed down with words, too overdramatic. He's trying to avoid being dramatic within their exchange. I see this as when you build something up in your head too much, to the point where you just cannot be casual about it. Everything you come up with is way too dramatic for the stakes of young love. Tonight it's "It Can't Get Much Worse" versus "No One Should Ever Feel Like." He has a crush, and he is so embarrassed by how horribly the date seems to be going. He simultaneously feels like this is the worst thing that could have ever happened, and that he's blowing it out of proportion. I'm 2 quarters and a heart down. 2 quarters immediately make me think of a jukebox. So in my interpretation, it's some wordplay to describe that they're at the dance, and they're a few songs in, and he already feels so committed. His heart is down. He's crushing too hard. And I don't want to forget how your voice sounds. He doesn't want the day to end because that might mean that they'll never talk again. Or the song is now referring to you rather than she, so maybe it's a third party. I don't think so. I think it's just doing the songwriting thing where it switches perspectives. These words are all I have, so I write them, so you need them just to get by. I did think that the lyric was "read them just to get by" for the longest time. It was one of those lyrics of the song I was certain of. So I'm a little bit bummed that's not what the lyric is. But in this lyric, our protagonist doesn't really know how to deal with his emotions, so he's using the song, the words, to express it. And this expression is what she needs in order to understand him. Dance, dance, we're falling apart to halftime. The two are dancing, but the date is falling apart more and more as it progresses. Dance, dance, and these are the lives you love to lead. Now, I don't really know about this line. Our friends over at Genius Lyrics say that this line is referring to the two falling more and more out of love as the song progresses, and yet they can't stop dancing together. I don't really know about that. It doesn't really work for me, but I don't really have any other explanation. "These are the lives you love to lead" is one of those phrases that is very difficult for me to parse, so I don't have much. Dance, this is the way they'd love if they knew how misery loved me. Our protagonist feels miserable in the situation but continues to dance anyways. He feels so miserably in love with this girl that he feels that other people would love each other differently if they knew how he felt. You always fold just before you're found out. She always gives up or reveals her cards before she's even called out on anything. This could refer to dishonesty, like cheating, or some other issue within a relationship. The sun just came out. Drink up, it's last call, last resort. Having a drink before finalizing something in order to make it easier. It's a last resort. I would assume here that the relationship has either developed past that initial dance, or, the version I like a little bit more, the protagonist is starting to build up this entire mythos of the relationship within his mind, and they're still at the first dance. But only the first mistake and I'm gonna be honest, I don't have much here. I mean, the first mistake could refer to the drink, as if that was the wrong thing to do because it is tied to that line. Or it could be referring to the mistake of the protagonist's interest in the girl in the first place. I don't know. And I don't really know what the "and I" means, and I would love to hear more interpretations in the comments. Maybe the "and I" refers to having conflicting emotions and not knowing what to do, being kind of lost for words. I don't know why I keep making videos where I'm interpreting music. This is not my skill set. I am 2 quarters and a heart down, and I don't want to forget how your voice sounds. These words are all I have, so I'll write them, so you need them just to get by. These lyrics are reiterated, but due to the context of the rest of the song, it's no longer from the shiny gaze of an obsessive crush. They've assumedly spent time together, whether the dance represents a singular dance or an entire relationship, and the protagonist continues to have difficulty expressing the intense emotions that he feels. Why don't you show me a little bit of spine you've been saving for his mattress? Love. The crush has turned sour. He feels bitter and wants her to show some spine, which is often used to suggest somebody should be confident and stand up for themselves. However, this is a play on words, as he imagines a situation in which showing spine is taking place on a mattress, assumedly because they're nude. What this line makes me think of is a teenager who feels so embarrassed and worried that they're going to be turned down that they start building up this story of how horrible the other person is so they don't get their heart broken. Which might be overly complicated, but it's how I'm choosing to interpret. Dance, dance, we're falling apart to halftime. Dance, dance, and these are the lives you'd love to lead. Dance, this is the way they'd love if they knew how misery loved me. The date continues to fall apart more and more and more. The protagonist feels miserable. Why don't you show me a little bit of spine you've been saving for his mattress? Reiterated. I only want sympathy in the form of you crawling into bed with me. He wants to be with her so bad, but simultaneously feels so bad for himself and feels misery in their awkward exchange. The line reveals that, like many a teenager, The protagonist just wants to be intimate with this crush. Dance, dance, we're falling apart to halftime. Dance, dance, and these are the lives you'd love to lead. Dance, this is the way they'd love. Dance, this is the way they'd love. Dance, this is the way they'd love if they knew how misery loved me. I mean, we covered this. The date's just crumbling, I guess. Dance, 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 dance. I feel like the final iteration of the dance, dance is kind of describing how the protagonist wants to keep dancing despite how miserable he feels and how bad it's been, because he doesn't want the date to end. Overall, it seems like the exploration of an intense teenage crush and all of the embarrassing and gross feelings that come with it. Analyzing the lyrics actually didn't make me like it much more, mostly just since I think that there are more interesting themes and better wordplay in other Fall Out Boy songs. But I do like how fully explored this character is within the song, and it does have a very distinct sound, which I do enjoy. Okay, Dance Dance by Fall Out Boy is no longer a mystery, and I got to work studying. Practice was going pretty well to start out. A lot of the lyrics came quickly, but the ends of both verses were continuing to be a bit of a problem, even when the lyrics were right in front of my face. I was a bit worried, but I knew I had time and would figure it out by then. I practiced in the car, at my desk at work, whenever my mind was idle. Victory was so close I could taste it. And after a month of practice, I conquered the parts of the verse that I had struggled with. And I felt that I was ready to take on the final boss. Before I knew it, I was at my friend Julia's house and I was doing the final test. I am going to test myself. One more major practice before I go. I mean, the big test, the final exam, is the concert, but I just need some review. She says she's no good with words, but I'm worse. Barely started out a joke of a romantic stuck to my tongue. Weighed down with words too over dramatic. Tonight it can't get much worse. Versus no one should ever feel like I'm 2/4 and a heart down. And I don't want to forget how your voice sounds. These words are all I have, so I write them. So you need them just to get by. Dance, dance, we're falling apart to halftime. Dance, dance, these are the lives you'd love to lead. Dance, this is the way they love if they knew how misery loves me. You always fold just before you're found out. Drink up, it's last call, last resort, but only the first mistaken. I'm 2/4 and a heart down, and I don't want to forget how your voice sounds. These words are all I have, so I write them. So you need them just to get by. Why don't you show me little bit of spine you were saving for his mattress, love? I think we got it. I succeeded with flying colors. But before I could go to the concert and prove to Pete Wentz that I know the words, I needed a bit of a makeover. I've been thinking about what I wanted to wear to the Fall Out Boy concert for quite some time, and I made a vision board. Mostly, I'm inspired by photos of Pete Wentz, primarily at gifting suites in the 2000s, primarily at MGA Bratz gifting suites. I've also collected a photo of Patrick Stump with some brats, and some photos of Panic at the Disco, because who would I be if I didn't bring up Panic at the Disco all the time? I need to stop talking about that stupid band. Within a few short hours, we were ready to go see Fall Out Boy.
Like we get to the Fall Out Boy concert. The only thing on set is a ball pit.
And then Brendan Urie jumps out of the stage.
And then Dan and Phil walk out and kiss.
And then Gerard Way officiates their wedding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have a little Mania inspired outfit because Morgan gave me a purple velvet jacket and I didn't have an outfit before that, so now we have a Mania inspired outfit.
Can you show off your bracelets?
Oh, I have little bracelets. One says Chicago, 16 candle Stardust, normal things. And then, of course, You're So Gay, that famous Fall Out Boy song. Hey Morgan, what's your outfit?
Okay, so first we have the black jeans with little bedazzled pockets from a thrift store. Oh, the socks are just some stripy socks. They felt fitting. So we have the maroon velour hoodie. Mm-hmm. We unzip the hoodie. That's where the magic really begins to happen. I have, a classic belt, and then I have this shirt from one of the first Panic at the Disco tours that says, like, you love to hate Panic at the Disco, you hate to love Panic at the Disco. It's like a hypnotism shirt.
It worked.
Because it worked, because I do hate to love Panic at the Disco. Yeah. And I will be wearing it to Fall Out Boy. We have some makeup that got a little, I went a little overboard. And we have a deep side part, because I don't have a way to straighten my hair. Purse, I think, makes the outfit look right.
Yeah, it does.
I really wanted a page boy cap, but we can't find one. So, anyways, that's my outfit tour.
Woo!
Fall Out Boy.
Yay!
We made our way to the Moda Center, spent way too much money on merch, then started patiently waiting for them to come on stage.
Mama said.
We saw Daisy Grenade. We then missed most of the main. Sorry. But Julia had made some bracelets to trade, and we went looking for other people who also made bracelets. And there were. Real quick, I want to do a Fall Out Boy concert haul because I want to share all of the beautiful, wonderful little goodies that I received from people at this concert. I have bracelets. I have 2 from my friend Julia. She made me one that says $20 nosebleed because I have a problem with Panic at the Disco. And then one that says Folie à Deux because that's my favorite album. I got this one that says Mania. This one that's Bang the Dole Drums, which did play at the concert. This beautiful one with the pink seashell charm. This is, like, gorgeous quality. I have Nothing But Vultures. And then this one, which made my night. It's Half Doomed Semi-Sweet. The person, they asked, oh, what's your favorite album? I said Folie à Deux, which I think everybody said. And they gave this one to me, and their friend was like, oh, but that's your favorite. And it was so, so sweet and generous. And it's a beautiful bracelet. Look, it's got 2 lines of text. And then the coolest thing was somebody had done a bunch of cross stitch and gave me this little Fall Out Boy cross stitch, and it has like a hook on the back to hang it, and it's beautiful. Anyways, I don't know if any of the people who gave me any of these items are going to be watching this video, but if you are, thank you. That was so sweet, and it really, 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 really made my night. Soon enough, Jimmy Eat World went on stage, and Jimmy ate. So stupid. Sometime during the Jimmy Eat World set, I decided at the end of the show I wanted to make a very specific TikTok. So I started studying the sacred text so I wouldn't mess it up. I don't know why I didn't just look it up. It was like we looked it up on Julia's phone and then she just texted it to me, so I just studied the text message. Jimmy Eat World performed the middle and then left the stage. And they started playing some certified bangers over the speakers. I'm talking Check Yes Juliet and Dear Maria Count Me In. But then they stopped Dear Maria partway through and started playing Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus. And they were flashing the lights like in rhythm to the music. It was a little bit strange considering almost all of the music that had been playing was from like the early 2000s, but I don't know. But then it was time. They played my least favorite Fall Out Boy song of all time, their version of We Didn't Start the Fire. And we knew they were about to come on stage. The concert started, and it was so much fun. Like, right out of the gate, they hit us with bangers. They had a guy on stage in a bunny suit dancing to Uma Thurman. There was a giant inflatable dog head that could move its jaw. I was having the time of my life, basically. Thinking back to my test, overall, I think I was hitting about 70% of the lyrics. But I also don't know because I could be wrong about what the lyrics are. But you know, that's not what was important. I was dancing, and I was having so much fun. Seeing them all perform was just so awesome. They are so good at their craft. Somewhere in there, Pete Wentz started talking about Patrick Stump and his lack of talking.
I shared bus with Patrick, and contrary to what you might think on the stage, this motherfucker does not stop talking.
Just like you!
But eventually it was time. The first few seconds of Dance Dance started, and I knew it was my time to shine.
I can do this! You can do it!
I sang my heart out. I danced.
Dance, dance, we're falling apart halftime.
And I was pretty positive that I hit 100% of the lyrics correctly.
Why don't you show me little Miss Fun? We're saving for instead of dress. No.
More on that later. The concert ended with a bang. literally because there were so many pyrotechnics, and we recorded a TikTok that has gotten way more popular than I anticipated.
Hey Morgan, the show is over. We gotta go home.
I can't leave because Patrick Stump didn't announce a special guest, and Brendan Urie didn't come on stage and start singing This Is Gospel, and then Fall Out Boy didn't join him in singing This Is Gospel, and then My Chemical Romance didn't come on stage and start singing Big Welcome to the Black Parade, and then Dan and Phil didn't come on stage and start kissing in front of the white flag, so I can't go yet.
Do you think they're gonna come back out?
Thank you to all the people who left this comment on the video. No, but seriously, imagine it. We left the concert incredibly hoarse, with our ears ringing, but I felt accomplished.
Do you think that I excelled in my memorization of Dance Dance?
I think you did.
Okay.
You were singing to all of it.
Did I do it?
I think you did. I think I got yeah.
Thank you.
I had memorized Dance Dance. I was certain of it. I had succeeded in what I set out to do. Except I didn't. I was positive that I sang the song perfectly. But a couple days later, I was watching through the footage, and instead of singing the end of the second verse, I just sang the end of the first verse again.
Drink up, it's last call after it's on. First to know what you never feel that.
So when it came down to test time, I failed. This video is called I Tried to Memorize a Fall Out Boy Song because I didn't memorize it. I feel like a fake fan for being unable to just commit to memory the lyrics to Dance Dance. But I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I've listened to this song so many times and I kept reading the lyrics. It is like my third most listened to song of the year right now. There are just so many words and they're so fast. And I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me specifically who has a hard time memorizing words that come out of Patrick Stump's mouth. Or maybe everybody has this issue. But I did my best. I really, really tried. And I am genuinely confused at how I failed. Ultimately, the moral of the story is if you're really, really set on making a video with a very specific title that involves you learning something, you're gonna fail. Well, actually, I don't think you'll fail. I will fail, and I did. It was more than I bargained for, and I tried and failed to memorize the lyrics to a Fall Out Boy song. But what really matters is that I had fun, right? A big thank you to Fall Out Boy for putting on such an amazing concert, and to Daisy Grenade, The Main, and Jimmy Eat World for also having fantastic sets. I want to thank the staff of the Moda Center who kept the venue clean and safe, and directed traffic in rainy weather. I literally, thank you so much. I also want to thank and apologize to the people that we were sitting around. I am so sorry if we were annoying. We were just having way too much fun. Also, a special shout out to the person on TikTok who recognized me on TikTok from the shirt I was wearing. I am mortified. And most importantly, thank you to Julia for coming with me and filming so much of this and for being integral to it being completed. And thank you for watching. Let's hope that next time I go to a Fall Out Boy concert, I can memorize a song. Just one song in 30 days. Please leave me a comment with your concert experience. If you were at the concert in Portland, I would love to hear your experiences. If you were somebody who made one of these beautiful things, please let me know. Thank you so much. I'm just a notch in your bedpost, but you're just a line in a song.